So my name is Miri Abigail Roman. I am a managing assistant, like director, so to speak, at Toyon. I work with Erica Andrews, and we're both like helping the Toyon this semester for Toyon 461, and it's just a really exciting internship to like be a part of.
Now, how did you become involved with Toyon?
The way I got involved in Toyon was I was a sophomore here at Humboldt last year, and I just joined the class just because my best friend just begged me to. She's like, it'll count for our major, like we'll do it. And then I would just show up to class. But as like going through the class and seeing that it's hands-on, that it's not like a traditional classroom experience, really not only made me want to come to class, but it also made me want to just keep on going in school. Like I started to see my major come to life. Like I started to see how I could literally apply the skills that I felt were so like tedious and boring and just like, why am I doing this? And I started seeing it come to life, and it made me hungry to just stay in school and to come to class and just be involved in something that was a little bit bigger than me, you know?
Definitely. So, what would you say is the main impact of Toyon? What are you trying to do? Like, who are you trying to impact or influence with your work at Toyon?
So I really love this question because it's one of my favorites. Like I simply say like this: help us help you. So as a student body, like in that group, you know, we're students working together we're all going to school probably full time. We're all working like a job on the side. We're all struggling together, but we're learning how to make our major worth it. And like through Toyon, it's like a literary magazine internship where it's like I previously said, you know, I'm learning how to use these skills literally. Like I'm learning how to apply this. But the people that we are catering to, Toyon caters to not only the students that are creating a magazine like this, they're catering to the people that are inside of this magazine. They're catering to people who it's their first time publishing, it's their first steps. They've already maybe taken a bunch of steps before, and they found this publishing like outlet out here when they came out to retire. Like we serve so many different people in not only our local community, but also like 80 different countries around the world. And the people who take the most pride in that are not only the contributors, but the people that help make this possible, which are my peers and that I learned to love and care about, like if they're my family. And that's what Toyon does, that kind of impact, you know? Yeah.
What specific skills do you think you gained at Toyon that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise if you had decided not to go down that path here at Humboldt?
Oh. So the skills I learned at Toyon was I learned to have courage, not only to talk to people about myself, but talk to them about things that I actually liked. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, I learned how to create a blog, like a platform where it's not just a conversation where people can only experience in that one segment. Like Toyon taught me how to make a blog, how to create a platform, how to pitch. Like, hey, you're in the elevator with your professor who you know has been published before, and you just wrote up something really amazing, or you need some idea feedbacks. Toyon will teach you how to create a pitch, how to deliver, and also how to receive feedback, which is something that I really like took personally a year ago, and my blog turned a year old. It's called Your Urban Opportunist, and she turned a year old on February 15th, and I would have never been able to even have the courage, even though it's all free and all the resources are out there. Without Toyon, I wouldn't have been able to really make that applicable and out there and just say like, hey, I can really do this, you know? So, yeah.
So it sounds like, would you say that let me phrase it this way. Do you think your career prospects changed at all? Do you have a clear idea of what you want to do after school as a result of Toyon?
Okay, I'm going to say 100% yes. Because not only did I learn like how to use my major and like how to see, like I said, like how it really works out in the world, but I've also seen how other majors apply to this specific discipline. How like even if you're like an environmental justice major, you could still have the skills to be a PR manager. And sometimes that cognitive dissonance of like, wow, I thought I was only capable of being a simple writer, but now I've transformed into somebody who's a communicator, who's a team player, who knows how to organize an event, who knows how to create an event from scratch and get people to work together. Like, yeah, I did see that. I went from starting college of just being I'm going to be an English major who's going to go teach English at my local high school to being like, cool, I'm going to still do that. But first I'm going to get into the publishing industry and get people's stories out there, get people validated and involve a variety of disciplines and cultures and backgrounds to engage in this kind of like platform. And it was because of Toyon, because that's in our mission statement, it's in our staff, it's in our advisor, and it's in every single person that's in there. It's every person that submits and stuff. So, yeah.
So you'd say they definitely develop your kind of raw skills really
Oh, yeah.
well from
Oh,
amongst
yeah.
all majors.
Yeah, and then you learn how to work with other people. Like, there's always that stigma that, like, STEM majors and, like, humanities majors, they don't mix. But you walk into that classroom and you see that they do. You see the kind of feedback that everybody gives. And so it was like, career-wise, that's just how it's going to work. You're going to be involved with a lot of different people with a lot of different perspectives that you might clash with. But there's a project to get done, and it needs to be done. And we're going to do it, and we're all going to learn how to use our skills to be a team and produce something like this at the end of the semester. So.
Awesome. Would you mind talking about this briefly? Just what, like, what is the most important part of this production to you?
I feel like I'm not going to say for the first time ever, but we're a student-run literary magazine. And so we really truly incorporate the fact that every voice in that classroom and every voice in that space matters, and it is a safe space. Very like traditional to like other magazines, but thanks to the voices that we allowed inside of our classroom, they end up cutting a corner off. Like, we have a missing corner. We have a new kind of texture. We have different kinds of colors. Literally the size is different, you know, it's very slightly different, you know, the way that it feels, the kind of like energy that it screams. And it wasn't like guys, you know, this is a checklist, we want to improve, we want to cut a corner off, we want to do this. It was like, what do you guys want to do with this book? And in the course of a year, this is what a classroom setting wanted to do with the book. It was a conversation, tough conversations of, I don't like this, okay, but why? Well, I like this, okay, but why? And I think that's my favorite part of this, that this is a student-run literary magazine provided by, with a space that's been provided by our advisor, Janelle Adsit, and Humboldt State University and the English department, to say like, all right, cool. When we give students the power to speak in educational spaces, this is what it does. It goes from being, not that this is bad, but this is amazing, but it could always be ever growing, it could always change. This is hard work, and this is hard work. And, you know, you give voices to people and you're going to see what they produce. And that's what I love about this, that this is a student-run literary magazine, and when you give people voices, this is what they do with it.
Awesome. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you have on your mind that you want to say about Toyon that is just kind of lingering in the back of your mind?
I'm gonna push like something that like we're always pushing, is that we want people from all disciplines to feel that they have a space in Toyon, and there we are a safe space. We are a place of inclusivity. We are a place of conversation. We are a place of options and opinions and disagreements and stuff, but it's an ever-growing space. And because of that, I feel like I have developed not only as like, you know, an academic, but also as just a person, of seeing that like, hey, wow, like I'm in a wonderful space with all these people, and I get to see them outside, and I know what they write, and I know what they produce, I know what they care about, and I get to share this space with them. And yeah, that's like what I want to say about Toyon, and that if you guys are interested in sharing some of their space, or anybody's interested, they should really look into it and see what they can do about it, or like see what they can do to help. So yeah.
So you definitely recommend Toyon.
Oh yeah, and if like anybody, and like if anybody's like, oh for real, like, I will have a deep conversation being like, this class changed my life. Like it really did. It set me in a different direction where like I will praise Toyon from the mountains and stuff like that. And yeah, for real, like I will. But I love Toyon.